Okay guys, so you're gonna get to a point where you've woven the entire thing all the way across and you're ready to take it off the loom. So there's gonna be a couple of things that you need to do. One is you're gonna need to secure all of your weaving into it, but for right now, we're gonna go ahead and focus on getting it off the loom. So what we're gonna do is, this is a little bit scary, but we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna cut through all of these strings right down the middle, okay? So this is where it comes in handy that we did leave it in the back, because then you have all this extra. Now, keep in mind that once these are cut, your weaving is not secure, okay? So if you acted crazy with this before you tie these in knots, your entire weaving could potentially fall apart. So you need to be very, very careful with it at this point. Excuse my dull scissors, please. And treat it very tenderly and be very easy with it until we get this entire thing secure. So we're cutting all the way through. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over and we're going to start to pull it off the loom. Now, again, you want to be very careful with this. So I'm going to take the first string and the second string off the loom, and I'm going to tie a little double knot. So I'm going to go one. And you don't want to, if I were to keep pulling and pulling and pulling this knot, it would like stretch up through here and it would create this like really, really ugly thing. So you want to pull it so that it's tight, but don't like just keep pulling it crazy. And then I'm going to tie another knot, and that's going to secure that in place. The second one you can pull a little bit tighter, okay? Now, all of these strings are secured. So now I'm going to go to my next two. Pull these two out. Tie. And again, I want to get to the end here, but I'm not like pulling it way up here because that would be horrible. And I'm going to tie another knot. The second one you can pull a little bit tighter. And there we go. So now I'm starting to secure it. So you're going to go all the way down here. And I have to keep showing. Oops, see, I pulled that one a little bit tighter than I meant to. That's okay. Go all the way down to here. All the way down. Now, you have an odd number, remember that? So you're going to get to the very end. Remember, you have 13 strings. You're going to get to the end and you're going to have this one string left over that you have nothing to do with. So if this is the end where you have your tail, you can tie it to your tail. If you did not have your tail on this end, then what you could do is you could just tie it to the last knot. So I'm just going to tie this to the tail like this. So now that's nice and secure. And again, if I didn't have the tail, I could have just tied it to one of these other knots over here. So then I'm going to flip it around. So now this is free. Ta-da! That's free. Now I can flip it over to this side and I can do the same thing. And remember, be very careful with it until you get all of these tied. And then when you're done with this, you're still not completely done, because we're going to create fringe on the bottom. We're going to add a pole to hang it from. We're going to weave in your ends. So don't think you're done when you're done with this step. At this step, you just have it off the loom, okay?